The world seemed to hold its breath on July 22 when the news broke that Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath, had passed away at the age of 76. The echo of his departure sent shockwaves not just through the music industry, but through every fan whose life his voice had touched. If you love stories that dive deep into the lives behind the legends, take a second to subscribe now so you never miss the stories that shape history. The grief in the Osbourne family was laid bare for the whole world to see, none more so than in the heartbreaking tribute shared by his daughter Kelly Osbourne. Just days after her father's death, Kelly took to Instagram to share lyrics from his 1972 song Changes, a song that now seemed to carry even more weight. Her words were simple but heavy with meaning. I feel unhappy. I am so sad I lost the best friend I ever had. The loss was raw, immediate, and undeniable. On July 24, Kelly's message rippled out across social media, reaching millions. Fans poured into the comments, sharing their own stories of loss, gratitude, and how Ozzy's music had shaped their lives. The Osbourne family's grief was echoed by countless strangers, their pain multiplied by the vastness of the world's love for the man known as the Prince of Darkness. Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy's beloved wife, also stepped forward in a quieter way, reacting to a touching post by musician Gavin Rossdale. Gavin shared a photo with Ozzy, captioning it with heartfelt words, "Rest in peace, Ozzy. A great man, a true legend. He was so warm and kind and funny, and I love that memory. Sending much love to his family at this difficult time. Rest in power." Sharon's response was brief, just 2 words, "Bless you." But those words seemed to say everything that needed to be said in that moment, a simple blessing sent out into a world that was mourning alongside her. Ozzy's final years were not easy. He had been open about his health struggles, including his public battle with Parkinson's disease, which he revealed in 2020. The world watched as he faced each new challenge with a kind of bravery that only those who have lived in the spotlight their entire lives can truly understand. The Osbourne family was always at his side, their bond visible in every public appearance, every carefully worded statement. The family's love for one another became a source of strength for fans everywhere, showing that even in the face of unimaginable loss, unity and love could shine through. After his passing, the Osbourne family released a statement to Enos. They wrote that they were filled with more sadness than mere words could convey. The pain was deep, but so was the love that surrounded Ozzy in his final moments. The family was together, holding onto each other, refusing to let go of the memories that made their shared life so extraordinary. They asked the public to respect their privacy, a simple plea that was met with overwhelming support from fans who wanted nothing more than to honor Ozzy's legacy in peace. The outpouring of grief was immediate and universal. Tributes from fans, musicians, and celebrities flooded social media. Videos of old performances, interviews, and behind-the-scenes moments were shared by the millions. People lit candles, played his music loud enough for the neighbors to hear, and gathered in public spaces to remember the icon who had given them so much. Stories emerged from every era of Ozzy's career, from the wild days of Black Sabbath to his unforgettable solo tours, each one painting a picture of a man who lived life without apology or regret. Kelly's tribute seemed to strike a particular chord. Her grief was not just for a father, but for a best friend, a mentor, and a hero. She shared memories of late-night talks, of laughter that echoed through their home, of the way her father's eyes would light up when he talked about music. Fans responded by sharing their own stories of loss, of the ways their own fathers and mothers had played Ozzy's songs on long car rides or quiet Sunday mornings. The sense of community that surrounded the Osbourne family grew stronger, fueled by a shared love for a man who had given everything to his art. Sharon's response to Gavin Rossdale's tribute was another moment that resonated with fans. Her simple blessing seemed to encapsulate the grace and strength that had defined her marriage to Ozzy for decades. She stood by his side through every tour, every health scare, every triumph and setback. Their love story was legendary, filled with ups and downs but always rooted in a deep, unshakable bond. As tributes poured in, Sharon remained a figure of quiet dignity, her presence reminding everyone that behind the music, behind the headlines, there was a family mourning the loss of a husband and father. Ozzy's battle with Parkinson's was fought in the public eye, but it was also deeply personal. He spoke openly about the challenges he faced, about the frustration of losing control over his own body, about the fear of what the future might hold. Through it all, he never lost his sense of humor or his passion for life. Fans watched as he continued to perform, sometimes struggling, but always giving everything he had. His courage inspired millions, and his refusal to hide from his illness became a source of hope for those facing their own battles. The final days of Ozzy's life were spent surrounded by family. They held his hand, played his favorite songs, and shared stories from a life that had been anything but ordinary. The house was filled with laughter and tears, with memories that would last a lifetime. When the end came, it was peaceful. Ozzy was not alone. He was with the people who loved him most, his family forming a circle of love and support that never wavered. The Osbourne family statement made it clear, Ozzy was loved, cherished, and celebrated until his very last breath. As news of his passing spread, fans around the world responded with a wave of love and remembrance. Social media became a living tribute, a place where people could gather to share their favorite songs, their favorite memories, and their deepest condolences. Artists from every genre paid their respects, sharing stories of how Ozzy had influenced their own music, their own lives. The sense of loss was overwhelming, but so was the gratitude for everything he had given. The music industry mourned, but it also celebrated. Radio stations played Ozzy's greatest hits on repeat, filling the airwaves with the sound of his unmistakable voice. Concerts became impromptu tributes, with artists dedicating songs and moments of silence in his honor. Fans gathered outside venues where Ozzy had once performed, leaving flowers, notes, and candles as tokens of their love and respect. The world felt smaller, more connected, united by a shared sense of loss. Kelly's tribute continued to resonate, sparking conversations about family, love, and the power of music to heal even the deepest wounds. She posted more memories, photos from her childhood, videos of her father playing guitar in the living room, laughter ringing through the house. Each post was a reminder that behind the legend was a man who loved his family fiercely, who found joy in the simplest moments, who never took a single day for granted. Sharon's presence was a constant source of comfort, not just for her family but for fans everywhere. She shared her own memories, stories of life on the road, of quiet evenings at home, of the way Ozzy would surprise her with flowers for no reason at all. Her love for him was evident in every word, every gesture, every tear shed in private and in public. The world watched as she navigated the days and weeks after his passing, her strength and resilience a testament to the power of love in the face of loss. Ozzy's legacy was celebrated in countless ways. Fans organized tribute concerts, charity events, and online gatherings to honor his memory. Musicians covered his songs, adding their own twist to the classics that had inspired them to pick up a guitar or step onto a stage for the first time. The impact of his music was felt in every corner of the globe, his influence stretching across generations and genres. The Osbourne family's request for privacy was respected, but the outpouring of love never stopped. Letters, flowers, and gifts arrived at their home, each one a small reminder of the lives Ozzy had touched. Fans shared stories of how his music had helped them through difficult times, how his lyrics had given them hope, strength, and a sense of belonging. The world had lost a legend, but his spirit lived on in every note, every chord, every memory. As the days passed, the tributes continued. Musicians who had shared the stage with Ozzy shared stories of backstage laughs, of wild nights on tour, of the moments that defined a lifetime. They spoke of his generosity, his kindness, his willingness to help others, and his unwavering love for his fans. Each story added another layer to the portrait of a man who was so much more than just a rock star. Kelly and Sharon leaned on each other, their bond strengthened by loss, their love for Ozzy unbreakable. They continued to share memories, to celebrate his life, to honor his legacy in every way they could. The world watched as they grieved, but also as they healed, their journey a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found. Ozzy Osbourne may be gone, but his music will never fade. The story of Ozzy's life is one of passion, perseverance, and love. It's a story that will continue to inspire, to comfort, and to unite. As we remember him, let us hold on to the lessons he taught us, to live fully, to love deeply, and to never be afraid to chase our dreams. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring you closer to the legends who have shaped our lives and our world. The journey continues, and you won't want to miss what comes next.